This is Yoga with Cassie. We're gonna start in a seated posture, and I'll take you to my mat with me. If you are in your living room, you'd like to close your eyes, sit tall along your spine, stack shoulders over the hips, head over the heart. I'm not sure if you can hear this through my headphones, but I'm in a garden in Martha's Vineyard. It's a foggy, gently humid day in November. As I sit here with my eyes closed, I'm taking in the many, many birds that surround me. It's so thick with that ocean air that everything feels extra still. There isn't even the slightest breeze. It's a salty, humid air that I breathe in. And I see my breath. If you're traveling with me to my little Martha's Vineyard garden, maybe you even start to feel the phantom sensation, ocean air, cool and misty, and foggy as it is. Following your tide of breath, or pushing breath. And start to notice softness over your eyebrows, dripping down the shoulders. Pay extra attention to the space just above your belly button. And let your exhales release any pressure, tense, as you unwind through the hips and down the legs. Give your toes a little wiggle. If you'd like to start with an intention for your practice, we're going to move slow today. It's November. It's off season on Martha's Vineyard. If you'd like to use your theme of slow movement, choose grace, choose presence. Set your intention to be slow. And we'll start to wake up through the body, extending your fingers out to tented fingertips. Roll the balls of your shoulders back. You even flick your thumbs up towards the sky to feel an openness across your chest. And I say this a lot in my classes. When we choose to move slow, it doesn't really mean to be slow and tired, but slow can be present, it can be exhilarating, it can be time stops and all you have is right here. So with energy, breathe in, bring your left hand up towards the sky, and then bend your elbow open across your heart. Now you have this moment to look up, gaze at your sky, out your window, or pretend you're here on Martha's Vineyard looking at the tops of November trees. Breathe it in. On your exhale, grab the back of your head with your hand and start to turn towards your right knee. So you're making this cross-body movement, feeling the separation of your shoulder blades. Inhale, you'll open up like butterfly wings. Taking your time, and then exhaling to rotate. Feeling a slight twisting sensation from the upper spine. Following the movement of your own breath. And we're looking for breaking up any tense feeling in between your shoulder blades or at the back of the head. It might feel nice to hang out in the open butterfly wing. It might feel nice to take that twist a little deeper as you keep continuing with your movement. Now when you're ready, we'll extend our fingers back up to the sky, grab left hand towards right knee, and then extend the opposite hand up and over, reaching towards the corner of the row. So we're getting up and out of your right sit bone and reaching your right fingers a little bit past the corner of your mouth. Inhale. On your exhale, twist the arms, grab opposite knee, bend the elbows, open up space at the back of the heart. Ooh, I like that one. Inhale, reach the fingers back out to the sides of your mat. Relax your shoulders on the exhale. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Now is an opportunity to close your eyes, knowing exactly where you're going to go. You inhale, reach to extend. On your exhale, grabbing right hand to the back of the head, drawing elbow towards your knee. Inhale is your opens. Exhale is your rotational twist. Now we're attempting to clear up any you lean forward on a desk all day. Tend to shrug your shoulders, give a little extra purpose to the tops of your back. You're going to try to wring that out with this rotational movement. Bring some oxygen and blood flow to the top of the shoulders. Next time you inhale, you can reach those right fingertips up high and then grab for the opposite knee. Left fingers reach up and over past the corner of your mouth. Breathe. Crossing the elbows. On an exhale, bend your elbows, and we're going to stay here to breathe into that back of the heart space. So if you can picture puckering the belly button into your spine, kind of give almost like a supporting bridge to the back of the body. You're really trying to open up your shell. Draw your chin towards your chest. Relax your face. Maybe even wiggle the tongue around in the mouth. And then your next inhale, walk your fingers out back to their tented fingertips. Flick your thumbs up towards the sky. Feel the shoulder blades. Maybe it's a little bit easier to make the mind-body connection here. You should feel proud and tall across your collarbones. And then why don't we take both of our hands to the back of our head. I like this sensation of you're pressing your thumbs right at the base of your neck. And then when you lift to inhale, lift your gaze, you're pressing your head back into your palms. You're getting a little extra pressure for the back of the neck. It's almost like a little plank for the back of the neck. Ooh, I feel some lovely raindrops coming through. And sit back like you're chilling on the couch. Breathe it in. On an exhale, relax back down. Walk your fingers down to your side, get some shoulder rolls out of it. I wonder if you can pick up this like a foggy salt air pulling through, reminding me that the winter is coming. There's a cold gust that's come through. I just love Martha's Vineyard in the off season. It's so still here. Come onto your mat, hands and knees. If you know, you know. We're going into our cat-cows to warm up through the spine. And I have, usually I'll let you explore whatever feels right, but we have opened up our shoulders a little bit more than what we usually have for the start of our practice. So if you want to play around, come into a cat pose and really press through the outer edges of your hands to feel the shoulder blades separating and drop the head down to the top of the head down towards you. And then play around with it as you inhale, drop the belly, but also drop the chest between the shoulders, letting both your heart and your belly hang low. connecting breath to movement. Revisiting that idea that slow does not mean to be tired or groggy. Slow can be presence. It can be exhilarating to be only here and only now. And return back to your classic tabletop. 10 wide fingertips on your mat. We'll take our toes back for plank pose. Roll forward on your toes, push back. Have some gentle movement to engage our core. Just like pitter patter of some raindrops coming through. And hold steady in your plank inhale. On your exhale, back to downward facing dog. We're going to begin our flow. And I'll invite you to always return back to the downward facing dog whenever you need it. Give your head a nod and a shake. And then walk your right toes to the front of your mat. Drop down through your back knee. We're going to come up for your Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Palms rotate in. We stand proud and tall through our low lunge. And then because we've been doing so much shoulder work, I like the cactus arms, the pulling the elbows back behind you opens up through your heart. Shining your heart up to that foggy November sky. Nice work. Low lunge, return the hands back up overhead. Drop down through your fingertips. Tuck through your back toes. For pyramid pose, you'll lift your hips and straighten the legs to the best of your ability. We're straightening the legs, so you should feel it through both legs in the extension, the calf and the hamstring. And then we'll make a little flow out of this. Inhaling, come forward, drop the knee, lift. Anjaneyasana. Exhale, hands follow down, hips reach up and back. Find your own breath to movement. Letting there be a wave through your body, an energetic movement from the arches of the feet, through the spine, all the way to the fingertips. I have a little kitty cat looking at me in the window. Wishing she could come outside. I'm not sure you'd like the rain. Next time you'd come back to your pyramid pose, find a little halfway lift motion, a straightened spine, and then let's use our breath. Exhale, draw your nose towards your knee. Drop through the crown of the head. Breathe. Let the face be soft. We'll bend through our front knee, rise up strong, high crescent lunge. Fingers stay lifted above your heart. Draw your navel in. And then I always like to cue a bend of the back knee can be really helpful in keeping the spine straight, core engaged. If you'd like, hands to the back of the head. Again, that thumb to the base of your skull. Press your head back into your hands and breathe. Lifting the chest up towards the sky. Take your hands back up overhead. Draw your hands down to the mat. Step back to plank pose. Roll forward on the toes. And then why don't we throw in the chaturanga? Bend the elbows, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Your 5 full breaths here. And breathing in some dewy grass. And I'm next to the garden. I think this is basil behind me because it smells like basil and thyme as I breathe in. It's quite luxurious. Take your left toes forward. We're on the other side. Drop through your back knee. Rise up for your low lunge. Your Anjaneyasana. Legs stay strong. Think of yourself, I like to think of myself as a tree trunk here. My torso being the trunk and my legs being the roots that stabilize me. And then your arms are the gentle branches that reach out. If you want those cactus arms, squeeze the elbows back behind you, shoulder blades gliding, heart lifting. Inhale. On your exhale, lift through the back knee, pyramid pose. A flow and use your breath as your guide. It doesn't have to link perfect breath to movement as you glide through your low lunge to your pyramid pose. It's your interpretation how you'd like to be present here. So I always like to follow the guide of my breath, but of course if you need more shallow breaths, it's okay. There's no particular way to breathe, it's just guide. The next time you come back to your pyramid pose, we'll tent up on the fingertips. Lift up for a halfway lift. Pull your earlobes towards the front of your mat. Exhale, glide the nose towards the knee. Extra left for that hamstring. A little extra oxygen going down. Yeah, we'll rise up for high lunge, lifting through the back heel, elongated through your torso. And then if you need to bend that back knee so that you feel upright through your spine. You're so strong. Reach your hands to the back of your head. Press your hand back into your heart. It should feel strong at the back of your neck as you undo that tech neck is what it's called. Pressing head to hands, hands to head, and lift through your heart. Lovely. Take your hands down to the mat. Step back to plank pose. Draw your shoulders towards your fingertips. Roll through your chaturanga. Back to downward facing dog. Give it a little wiggle through the hips here. Moving on, rolling forward to your hands and knees, tabletop pose. Let me get into some gate poses here. So draw your right toes to the edge of your mat, left toes step back. For modified plank as a starting point, you'll press your right hand into the mat and reach your left fingers high. And this is your gate, your side plank pose, and we're going into gate. So press through the pinky toe edge of your extended foot. Cartwheel the hands up, high five your left hand towards the back of the mat. And you're standing tall. Maybe it would feel nice to bring the hand to the back of the head, lift through the heart. Take your hands down, right hand to the mat, left hand to the mat, sorry. I'm mirroring you, so it might not make total sense, but if you can look at your video for guidance, that might be more helpful. All right, now for some fun stuff. Walk your hands back to your mat. The right knee, whatever knee was just planted on the mat, is going to swing up for a three-legged dog. Bend the knee, open through the hip. And we'll come into Skandasana here. So toes tap forward. You start in a low lunge, But we're gonna walk our way, fingers inside of the foot, down the long edge of your mat and drop through your tailbone. Depends on your flexibility here, but full Skandasana is to leave the heels down and find an opening into that front thigh. It also can look like a lateral lunge if you're a little bit more tight in your hips. And what feels good? Good. The lifted hand can find the back of the head, open across the heart. And then draw the elbow in. We're gonna walk our way back to the front of your mat. Those same toes reach up and back. This time you might flip your dog with all that space. Flip your dog on the grass. My toes are wet. And then return back to downward facing dog. Good. Roll forward back to your tabletop. And I might switch my rotation here just for the sake of you. But it will be your opposite leg as your kickstand. Extend your other side leg out. I lost if I was near to it or not. But you're on the other side for your gate pose. And then I like just to give yourself some help when you come into gate pose, you extend those sky-reaching fingers and have to find the ease of opening up into your gate. And your tree trunk is your thigh, pressing into your thigh. And the edge of the extended out toes. Maybe that top hand reaches and finds the back of your head. Hands cartwheel down. Send your bent knee up and towards the sky, hips stacking, knee bending. That should feel good. And excellent work. Your extended toes, three-legged dog, tap forward. You'll rotate to the back heel, walk to the edge of your mat, drop down through your hips. And you'll notice one side always feels much easier than the other side. It really depends on your lifestyle, body. But if you're here, that inside arm can reach up towards the sky and find the back of your head. Great. Take the elbow in, walk your way to your front toes. One more time for that three-legged dog, and maybe you flip your dog. Send your toes into the mossy grass if you're with me. The white socks wasn't my best. All right, come back to your downward facing dog. We'll wash it out with a chaturanga. And meet me in child's pose, dropping down into your knees. Find ourselves in a hero pose. So just slide your hands by your side. They can find their way to your knees. Your torso stacks, head over heart, shoulders over hips. Draw your shoulder blades back. Feel proud and tall through your chest. And just to finish out our shoulder work, I have, call it a peak pose. We're going to do some eagle arm motions here. We're going to be on our knees, so if you want to double stack your mat so that you have a little extra cushion, I'll do that with you. Yeah, so you'll rise up, T-shaped arms on your knees. Press your hips forward, so feel your hips gliding forward. And then we'll start with right arm underneath for either bear hug or eagle arms, elbows pressing high, either way. Let's do some extra work here to relax the shoulders, draw them away from your ears. You have your torso pressing, or your hips pressing forward, torso engaged. Gaze is steady and in front of you. These last few moments, maybe the elbows slide up just a teeny. Return back to that big T shape, open up wide, and we'll fall back down. Glutes touch the knees. Roll the shoulders. It's a little easier to breathe after you've untethered all the work that's probably stuck up here in your shoulders and across your chest. Feeling a little bit more lighter on the side, rise up to your knees, press the hips forward, out wide with the T-shape arms, left hand underneath. Eagle arms or that bear hug. Keep pressing the hips forward, keep sliding the elbows up past your jaw. Give the tongue a little wiggle in the mouth, no work in the jaw here. Only gentle. Forget to breathe. And then return back, T-shape arms, out wide with your fingers, and then draw the glutes back towards the heels. Roll the shoulders. You did so good. Last little bit of work here, just because we've done so much opening through the back of the heart here. Draw the shoulders back, lift through the heart. Extend your fingers back behind you. If you can get the interlace of the hands pretty easily, squeeze the shoulders back like you're squeezing out a face cloth, rinsing out your day, your practice. Let it go. Maybe even draw the chin up towards the sky. If you're into the chakras work, if you feel the need to cough, you lift your throat out. Means there's probably some blockage there. Means you probably don't get a lot of movement underneath the throat, and there's so many important things in the throat. Your chakra for communication, and then biologically your thyroid and your endocrine system. So give it some extra love. And then if you'd like, you can dive the nose forward, lift up and back through the knuckles. Carefully taking your fingers down to your mat. Let's pat our way forward, tabletop, just to revisit where we started, a cat and a cow. And then settling into our seated pose, just like we started. This will be where we end our practice. Rooting down through the sit bones, stacking head over heart, shoulders over hips. Embracing the stillness of your practice. And trying to pair it with an association to presence. Stillness means to be present. Fully absorb all of your surroundings. The sensations that glide across your skin, especially after movement. With energy, take a breath in like to return back to your intention of this practice, that intention of moving slow, I'll offer that you take that off of your mat today and associate slow with being present, not necessarily meaning groggy, but be slow, absorb, take everything in, maybe with little to no reaction. I'm not sure if you can see, but it is beginning to rain on me, so I'm gonna go. Namaste. Thank you guys.